The rapid advancement in the early 21st century has brought a lot of change, especially uh, changes in information technology and chips, actually. So it have affected a lot on our life in the past few decades. Uh, Back in 2000s and 2010, uh, there was a merger of work and merger of work with technology. But since the development of World Wide Web, um, a lot of things have transformed in the second decade of 21st century to, they have transformed themselves into something big. For example, the biggest social media is Facebook. You know, for holding, the biggest thing to connect them is, I think, Airbnb and Uber have become the most biggest taxi service. So things have radically changed in the past one decade from 2010 onwards to 2020. But as we approach to 2020, the world got hit by a pandemic, and it has shifted everything, and we have just like we have jumped forward, you can say, like many years. We have skipped many years, we have directly shifted a lot. And we have relied very much on information technology and internet in the past 2 years. There, what would have taken many years, or you can say another decade, happened in just 1 year. And a lot of things have shifted from regular work to the internet. They have adopted, like for example, education sector. There is like this new concept of online classes, which have revolutionized the whole school and university education. um, Even though there were lectures available on certain sites, but online teaching, it has boosted so much that during the 2020 pandemic and lockdowns, I think 99% of students have studied from there, even more. So as the time goes by, we will rely more and more on technology, and there will be, since there is a big shift in the workplace, like the work from home was introduced in the past 1 year. People can work from home. Thing is that everything you do and do not do will have consequence. So the good thing is that we do not have to go to some place and do our work. We can just sit in our house, in our comfortable room, and we can do anything and everything. The thing is that it will have consequences. uh, we might not yet comprehend completely, but it will have consequences. And the one I can predict, as a doctor, uh, is that first of all, there is going to be a lot of people with diabetes in the future. Already we have a lot of people with their diabetes, but it's going to be a storm, because you do not have to move a bit. You can eat whatever you want, and you can sit all day and still make money. Nobody would call you lazy. So the thing is that, diabetes, a lot of diabetes. Second thing, which I might guess correctly, is mental disorders. And uh, yesterday I was at a symposium. Uh, it's predicted that in 20, 2040, um, mental diseases would be on the top of the chart. Mean like the most diseases that the world will have, the most illness that the world will suffer from will be mental illness. So that's a problem, mental problem. The thing is that uh, when you are looking at a screen, the thing is that when you are connected to internet, you have the whole world at your fingertips, and um, you can watch anything, you can see anything, you can have anything. uh, and definitely as an instinctive beings, um, we will search for things that would drain us of dopamine, and then there will be a problems and consequences of that as well. So diabetes, mental health problems, uh, cardiac problems, yes, a lot of them. Cardiac problems, a lot of cardiac problems, obesity, and obesity, bed sores. In worst case scenario, why not? uh, I think pretty very much many more diseases that are not coming into my mind right now, but uh, let's see. Let go from the eyes. So from here, yes, you can have vision problems looking at screen day and night, or at least for so much time. Like for example, if you are away from a screen, for example, you're focusing right here or in one feet, or um, you know it's a kind of cliche, but back when we were children, we were not even allowed to sit near TV because our elder would say that you would lose your vision, or there will be problems. But now we have phones over here right at our face, and just not even far, you can say even 1 feet away. So mm, yes, that is going to be a problem. Eyes, yes, you can you will have problem with that. Coming down, mental problems, yes. Hearing problem, if you use a lot of hands free and headphones, that can cause problems, early deafness. Coming down, um, cardiac issues, yes. Diabetes, yes. I think that's pretty much it. But you can it can be prevented by um, much of it can be prevented by taking small precautions. And since the use of these um, devices is so huge that you know billions of people use these gadgets daily for many hours, and even the smallest problems will be will develop into the world biggest problems in coming few years. Because for example, if for example social media is causing um, mental problems, and the amount of people using social media is in billions, if not in millions, surely it's billions. So um, after a few years we will need a lot of mm, psychological help, and I don't think the world is ready for it. And as the technology is developing, new kind of problems will emerge, and we have no idea what kind of new problems will emerge and how would we tackle that. But I think we need a kind of pre kind of, what would you say, pre problem solutions, because uh, when we reach at that point we might not have the resources that we needed to have had. Let's take for example COVID. We could have tackled it easily. We could have trained our medical force. We could have prepared ourselves for such catastrophe, and we wouldn't have you fallen into so much chaos if we have pre-planned for such disaster. But we were not planned, and we have lost a lot of people. We have lost a lot of economy. A lot of people in the world are poor right now. um, so much problems that COVID have created for the world. uh, the world peace is at stake. Yes, you can say that. Yes. So I think the best solution for a problem is to tackle it. And there are going to be crises in the future. I believe that medical crisis, especially health crisis, because currently in medical field, the easiest way to fight depression and mental illness is through drugs. And I personally believe that it's not the best way to tackle this problem, because what happens is that you get the depression of person out for some time, but the thing is that mm, he get addicted to the drug, and now that drug is a problem. When he doesn't take the drug, he becomes depressed again, and now you have a drug addict, which is, I think, worse than a little bit of depression itself. So that's a problem with that. uh, Diabetes is a problem. I mean, like, you just can't, like, it would be easy for us to stop these. I don't know, I don't want to get political right now, but it would be better if there should be a ban on, some kind of ban on the use of unnecessarily beverages that are not necessary for our daily calories and daily nutrients requirements. So I think there should be a kind of ban, like for example, smoking is injurious to health, but people have their will, they can use it. But still, if you are younger than 18, you can't get it. Same thing is with alcohol. In many foreign countries, not in Pakistan, but in many foreign countries, um, there should be a kind of ban on, I think, many of addictive games, uh, the use of social media, the use of unnecessary high caloric beverages. Um, I think we need to develop. I think we need to develop some kind of environment outside of these gadgets. In real world, we need to make some places where people can meet face to face and have that human connection, because we have been that way for I don't know how long, and we have adopted to that. I don't think that any amount of technology and gadgets and devices uh, can provide that real human to human connection. I really believe that. And so I think that's all.